my team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Ay, why I never saw you in the field though? Ay, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get them home. Rush in. X3, 218, chopper.
He's checking crack. Check.
They run it with Jacobs. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Set, ready? 15, line. 15 line.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. He's coming.
We got 61, matchbox lights. Hey, exit.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Get it.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 38-yard line.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now a give left side to Falk. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Cunningham. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You better be afraid of me.
From the gun on 3rd down, Cunningham. He's got his tight end Fant. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense in every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Cunningham from the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Broncos 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 out low. Go, boy. Give him nothing to do.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Back at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, 50. Hey, hold on. 54. Watch the out. Watch the out.
On 2nd down, here's Cunningham. That is caught inside the 5. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
Right there, 54 Mike. Cover.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That really sets them back, a loss of 6. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
53, check 53. Here we go, here we go.
To throw on 2nd down, Cunningham. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it'll be 2nd down.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Cunningham. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down, Denver.
Let's go next. Come on, go to Pittsburgh. Check 56. 81. Defense, keep it up, guys. Check 31. Check 31.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cunningham. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And they give this time to the tailback. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him. And some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Broncos 14, Raiders nothing.
Right. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
It's just me and you.
Now Cunningham. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Running right, here's Falk. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check, crunch, crunch.
Off play action, it's Cunningham. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Yeah, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. You go tight. You got tight. You got it.
They'll try the left side. Swift. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now back to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Looking to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. A big play that time for the Raiders. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Go, go. Now.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 4 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. To throw on second down, Cunningham. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, wahoo!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. This is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now a handoff looking right. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
A play fake. Now Cunningham. This is the tight end fan. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at at the 3. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. They come up in an offset eye.
54 Mike. I'm going to run you over.
They'll run now with Ware. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you little? And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Cunningham to throw. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
think. What do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go now. Time to end it. 61. Match back. Right. You got me.
They'll run on 3rd down with Falk. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They come up in an offset eye. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Cunningham looking to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is third and goal. Here's Cunningham. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
I got you. I got
you. Now a handoff handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Down. 10 Lobo.
I got it. Kill.
Topper. Ready.
Back to throw here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 16. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Ready. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch. Yeah. You must explain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Second and 12 at the 48-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Tight dog. 80 weapon. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Let's make these babies.
Boom.
Let's make these babies cry.
Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Not today. Check 99.
Off the play fake, Cunningham. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Cunningham. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check. Watch 54. Defense wins championships, baby.
2nd and 2. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As his guys continue to pour it on. McManus now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Broncos 45, Raiders 7.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Ready.
53, Mike. Check the outs.
On second down now, Swift. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Hey, we got tight left. 3 down.
Now.
Motion. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion man. Check 50.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He'll field this at the 5. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time
one
we have to leave the booth.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's been a long day for you.
Cunningham. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
36. Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch 54. Watch the curl. Check 43.
2nd and 9 now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Rabbit. Hey, one set. What? 54. What's good? Man, I got you. Watch the ship.
Here's Cunningham from the gun. Open man is Winfrey. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now this throw caught left side, and they move this all the way down to the 9. He got 29 yards that time. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run with Lindsey. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So it'll be second and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Come on, QB, come on. Switch.
Here we go on second and 12. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Second and 13. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. He'll drop to throw. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 47. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll try and run with their fullback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
The 37-yard line. Set, hut, fan read. Check, 53. Here we go. 53's the mic.
To throw on second down, Cunningham. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On first down, it's Lindsey. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 3 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
218, chop it. Yo, go!
Is that yours? Who's that? 56 the mic.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 48. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 44-yard line.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the run. Hey, they're running.
Now Cunningham. They fights him off.
I got you, boy.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Can't give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Cunningham.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Martin, the return. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll run on 1st down. Swift, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Alpha.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
You. Mike, 50.
Ready?
Now back to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
What we got? Watch twist.
And now a carry here for their fullback. He's got the 1st down here. Where gets hit, and the ball is loose. And the Raiders pick it up, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
He doesn't get many opportunities to carry it, so he's got to maximize. In this case, after dropping it like that, I think his number is going to go way down. What do you think?
Yeah, and sometimes those fullbacks, let's just be frank, they usually don't have the hands that the running back does.
And it's hard for them because they do so much blocking that a lot of times their hands actually get beat up in the process.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
80 weapon.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Denver, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Oakland, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.
100 yard dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they. 100 yard dash. 100 yard.